Yokoso! Japanese Quest to it. Welcome to Japanese Quest. Today the journey continues. In Dragon Quest XI, today we'll continue to learn Japanese from Japanese games. That's what we do. Everyone in chat is joining us on this journey. So Christian, JP, Folk, Aki, Aike, Jellosaur, Pedland, Words, Chalk are all party members on this journey too. You can kind of see all of us here on a journey through games, learning Japanese as we go. We find new words. We can throw it up here. We can add the new words there, and then our power level will go up. Learn one word, power level goes up by 1 here on Japanese Quest, and that's kind of how it works in real life. The goal, of course, over 9,000 fluency. We're making good progress. We're at 2540. See the most recent words. Dekkai means big, so puny, suddenly. And NX, Ohio. RKF, posting for user engagement. There you go. That works. Let's do it. I kind of like how these kids just keep running around and around. Kya, tasukete. Gao. That's like the sound of like a growling, right? Like a monster. Kya, tasukete. Save me. Interesting. So she's using the General Greg. They're playing like a game kind of about those famous warriors. Greg-sama. Homerosu-sama. Akuma no ko ga otte-kuru. Not sure what this is. Akuma no ko. So someone's chasing. I'm not sure who that is. Gao. Anyone know what that is? So, Akuma is like a devil. Akuma no ko. It's hard in katakana, but yeah, that's us. The devil child. Yeah, totally with katakana I thought it was like a new thing, because normally it's used with kanji. But yeah, Akuma no ko. We are the devil child. Omae nante tabechau zo. So yeah, I will eat you. Yeah, katakana. It's used in this kind of situation where like the kid maybe doesn't know exactly what they're saying. So they're not saying it quite right maybe, so it's used in katakana. Which worked, because I didn't read it quite right. But yeah, the devil child. So basically he is us, because we're supposedly the devil child. Okay. Kirei desu ne. Seems like you can't swim in this game, unfortunately. Like in Xenoblade, we could try to swim out about 40 meters and then get stuck by an invisible wall. Not in this game. JP, yeah. He does need to increase his power level in kanji. That's what we'll do today. Jellosaur says, any tips on how to study grammar? Yeah, that's a good question for chat, because I've done it a while ago, but I do have one tip sitting in front of me that I'm going to show you. But that's a good question for chat as well. I mentioned on Twitter that we are open to your tiny Japanese questions. The community often can answer them better than me, but I'll answer one question. So this book right here is a great grammar resource that I highly recommend if you're looking for a book. This one is very good. A dictionary of basic Japanese grammar. There's actually 3. There's one for intermediate. There's one for advanced. This one probably the best though, because it's just a really good foundation of Japanese grammar. So I recommend checking it out. You can probably find it on Amazon. Just Google it. Dictionary of Japanese Grammar. It's very highly regarded. It's just got a lot more examples than like Genki, for example, and a lot more in-depth on each grammar point. I read through the whole book when I was studying for N2, and I think it helped me a lot just to have a basic foundation in grammar. So yeah, good question for chat in general.
What does the scouter say about his power level?
Power level currently 2540, but rising Nappa. Thanks for asking. Agathorn, Ohio. Okay, let's remind ourselves what we're doing. Mama, Ohio. Just watching the last step. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. So our adventure guide, Boken Gaido. Ichiban Oki. So the biggest house. So yashiki is like a house or like a mansion, and we need to find the biggest one. So Ichiban, number 1. Oki, big. So the biggest house. Let's find it, and then we can talk to the kind of lord of this town. Diego, which could be Diego in English. Ai ni iko. So go and meet him. Sounds good. Let's see, so where are we? So where we're going, we can see again the adventure guide. We are going to the biggest house in the city. Ichiban Oki. Which means Ichiban, number 1. Number 1 biggest house. We can see it here. Again, we see this word for house or mansion. Yashiki. Right there, we just see just the kanji. And then we see his name again, Diego in English, Diego. So let's go there. We can kind of go through here, it looks like. Sa, ikimashou. Konnichiwa. Koreyori saki wa. So kore is this. So koreyori means beyond this. Saki means so up ahead. Machi no meishi. Diego-sama no yashiki. So this is the mansion of Diego up ahead. And also we learn a bit more about him. So machi is town. So machi no meishi. So mei means famous. Shi, this kanji here is a nice one. It means warrior. So the famous warrior of this town, you can see his mansion up here. So yashiki ni hairu no wa iko ni kamonu ga. So you can enter the mansion, but so myo we learned before, meaning strange. So myo no mane wa shinai de kure. So please don't do anything strange.
Yo.
Yosh.
Yo.
Konnichiwa.
これはロー様、お久しゅうございますな。今日はお連れの方もお見えで。
Okay, so it's been a long time. So Kyowa, today, it looks like you have some people with you. Otsure. And then kata means person, so it looks like you have some people here with you. And again, he's talking to Ro-sama. This guy. And you can kind of see that with sight lines too. So what is leftovers in Japanese? So sometimes we look up things on Japanese Quest. I'm kind of curious. There are a few different ways to say this. Leftovers. Here's the Jisho dictionary. Yeah, what JP said there is kind of what I was thinking. So, tabe no koshi. Leftovers. It's not marked as common. So it's, yeah, not a word you hear as much, I feel like, as leftovers in English. Another option, zanpan, another word I don't see that much. You can see with a different word for eat, kui no koshi as well. Anyway, good question. Let's go back to the game and not add those for now. Dam, Ohio.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level?
Power level is rising. Right now we're at 2540. If we find new words in our conversation with this guy here, some of these words can go and power us up. Let's try to make our power level go up to, well, let's at least get to 2550 today. That would be a good goal to at least get there.
セザール殿もお元気そうで何よりじゃ。ところでジエゴ殿に用があるんじゃが、おるかの
Cesar. So it must be maybe like a Caesar in English, maybe? So I'm glad that you are Genki. We see Genki meaning kind of healthy. I'm glad you're doing well. And then specifically Nani Yori means it's more important than anything or other things that you are Genki, doing well. So Tokorore, by the way, I have something to talk to Diego, your master about.
あいにくですが、ご主人様はデルカダール城に剣術の講義に出向いておりまして、しばらくご不在です。
Go fuzai desu. So fuzai, if you break that down, zai means like exists, like is here. So fuzai, not here. So I guess he's not here. And who's not here? Go Shujin-sama. My master is not here. So sorry, my master's not here, but he has gone to the castle of Derukadaru for like a swordsmanship lesson or lecture. Kogi means lecture. And then what kind of lecture? Kenjutsu no Kogi. So it's a swordsmanship lecture. If you break that down, Ken means sword, and then Jutsu means technique. So sword technique lecture. And that's why he's not here. So Shibaraku go Fuzai desu. Alright. Ooh, some good words. Fuzai. So not here. Power level is going up. Let's make that power level go up. Look at the bottom right. It should now be going up to 2541. And by the way, anyone just joining, I'm a Japanese teacher. What we do here, we learn Japanese words. Anyone who joins, you can become a party member as well and add words to this list. Ooh, it's gone up even higher. The word for lecture we added as well. And the words you see at the bottom, they're each up for about a minute. These are words we learned earlier in Japanese Quest. Words for dragon, words for monkey. A lot of animals we learned this day. We like to learn them in kind of meaning clusters when possible.
Hmm. それは残念じゃの。各地の歴史や文化について久しぶりにまた語り合いたかったんじゃがな。
それは残念じゃの. So that's too bad. Zannen means too bad, so too bad he's not here now. I wanted to talk about things like, so kakuchi means like various places. Rekishi ya bunka. So things like, so ya means and, but like and etc. So things like history, things like culture, and then nitsuite. So I wanted to talk about that because it's been a long time, and it's been a long time. Hisashiburi ni. So it's been a long time, but matta again. Katari aitakatta. I wanted to talk to him again.
ロー様の見識の広さにご主人様は感銘を受けておられました。ロー様と会える日を楽しみにしておられましたよ。
Okay, he's looking forward to talking to you again because he's been really impressed with your wide knowledge. So kenshiki no hirosa. Hiroi means wide, and then kenshiki kind of means like knowledge. So my master is impressed with your knowledge, and he's excited to talk to you again someday.
では話はまた次の機会にするとして、ジエゴ殿がいないのであれば代わりにセザール殿に頼むとしよう。
So in that case, we'll have to talk again next time. But if he's not here, kawarini. So in exchange, I have a question. I have a request for you. Tanomu, to make a request. So tanomu to shio. So let's make a request to you instead. And again, kawarini. So in exchange for your master, I'll talk to you. And I kind of skipped over this part because that's not really the important part that's going on. But he did say it, and it's just kind of talking about we'll have to talk to your master the next time since he's not here. We especially focus on the key information in this game, much like if you're playing a game in Japanese, focus on those keywords, the key info that you need. Ooh, we see another word that popped up, a couple words. Rekishi, history. Kenshiki, views, opinion, discernment. I kind of said just their knowledge too, which is kind of, he's talking about his knowledge or opinions. I'm a little surprised we haven't learned the word for history though. Let's do a bit of checking, make sure we haven't learned that yet. Let's check, let's go to our browser cam. So here's all the words added by a gopher, looks good. But really, have we not learned this word history before? For fun, let's maybe do like, one thing you can do to check if we've not learned something before, you can do a find, and let's just type in history. So we have, yeah, okay, just one history, let's find it. Looks right. So I stand corrected. It seemed like a word we would have learned before, because we talk a lot about history in like Breath of the Wild and past games, but no. It's not there, so awesome. Yeah, sometimes for certain words that seem more common, it can help to check that just to make sure that the formatting is everything working.
What does the scouter say about his power level?
Power level is going up to 2544. Let's make that go up. Look at the bottom right. 2544. Tsuyoku ne. Because yeah, if there's a duplicate, it should come up green, but once in a while the formatting might not work or something.
実はさらなる見聞を広めるために外界に出ようと思っておってな。水門を開けてほしいんじゃが頼めるかの。
Yeah, I hear you. I was also surprised. By the way, Kelly, I saw you. Were you streaming again yesterday? I tried to host you. I'm sure it wasn't for many people because I wasn't streaming at the time. But yeah, check out new streamer, or at least new streamer for Japanese learning. Check out Callie and Kanji teaching Japanese through right now, I believe. What's the game again? You can tell us in chat. But anyway, click on the name Callie and Kanji. Follow Callie. Pretty awesome stream because they also have words on the screen like this. They also write on the screen like this, looking at keywords. But more from kind of the learner's perspective, which is also another good perspective because you can see, do I know this word? Don't I? Things like that. Yeah, Harvest Moon 64. Thanks for mentioning it. Click on that if you're into seeing that game in Japanese. And so where were we? So Jitsu wa, actually, so saranaru kenbu no hiromeru tameni. So to expand our information, we're wanting to go out to the outside ocean. So could you open the water gate? This is kind of the key. Suimon. So sui, water, mon, gate, put them together, the water gate. Could you open the water gate? That's our request.
もちろんでございます。他ならぬ老様の頼みを断っては、私がご主人様に怒られてしまいますよ。
So of course, if I refused your request, my master would get angry with me.
それでは私が水門を開けておきますので、皆様は船に乗って水門の前で待っていてくださいまし。
Okay, so get on your boat and wait in front of the water gate, and I will open it. Ooh, Mama says, followed Callie and Kari. Yatta ne. Yeah, the more Japanese teachers, the more Japanese learners that we can follow and bring hype to Japanese, the better in my eyes. That's what we do. So yep, suimon no mae de. So in front of the water gate, matte. So please wait there.
Katajikeないの、セザール殿。ジエゴ殿にもよろしく伝えてくだされ。
So thank you so much. And yeah, give my thanks to your master. Indeed, increasing Japanese hype on Twitch, on the internet, in the universe, that's the goal. Why? It's fun. Why not? It's just a pretty fun hobby, playing games in Japanese. It kind of levels up an already very cool hobby of gaming, in my opinion. And so if you're of the same opinion, let's do it. Let's level up other people who are doing it. Ooh, I kind of like this this box of food here. Check this out. Quite a good selection. Yep, so just wait. Yeah, come to the water gate. Okay. Yosh. Yeah, Mama, it's kind of a bento, right? Eilu, yokoso. Japanese custaway, welcome. Alright, so our ship was where exactly? I think we can like teleport to our ship, can we? Probably we can. Yeah, if we just like teleport to a water point, we'd be teleporting to our ship, right? Let's try that. Now hopefully we can find this water gate. Ooh, I see we added a new word too. Check it out. Kenbun. And notice how it's kind of an interesting word. You put together the kanji for what you see with the kanji for what you hear. The kanji for seeing with the kanji for hearing. So things you see and hear, what is that? Information. So kenbun, information. Let's power up with the power of information. It's a less common word for information. Normally, joho is the common word for information. But let's add that. Power level is now 25, 45. Look at the bottom right. Powering up now. 強くなったね. So the water gate must be, yeah, the pink thing here. You can see on the map. Alright, konnichiwa. How's your weekend? My weekend's good. How's your weekend? The water gate comes down. It's quite a water gate.
おお、見ろ、セザール殿じゃ。みんなで礼を言うとしよう。
Ah, so there is Caesar. Let's everyone say our thanks all together. So minna de. So minna, everyone. So minna de, everyone together. Reo yo. So let's say our thanks. Re is like a thank you. So let's thank him for opening the water gate. And yeah, you can do this at home too. Let's wave to Caesar. Why not? Blurred Man, Ohio. Arigato. ちょっと怪しいね。
おや、あの方は。
あの方は that person is. So Shibuya kind of hiding there. Something's going on. Don't know what. ちょっと怪しいね. A little bit suspicious there. Ooh. Daikaigen e kogidasu yuki. So yuki, courage. So the courage to kind of row out to the big, great sea. So this is the title that you get for going through the water gate. Suimo no ake, open the water gate. Daikaigen e to kogidashita yuki ni okurareru shogo. So a title, shogo is title, a title given to someone who's opened the water gate and has the courage to go out to the great sea. Sa. Ikimashou. So we can see a bit of a passage here, and then we'll be through the main water gate. Nani? Ah, Mamono. We got some monsters in Japanese. Mamono. Yes. Ooh, we got the word for title here too. We've been seeing it a lot, so the good word to add. Shogo. Title, name, or a degree. So we get those when we get various achievements in the game. Yatta, tsuyoku natta ne. Level up to level 22 ni agatta. Tombad, konnichiwa. Good to see you. Nani kore? Yeah, thanks for the comment there in chat, talking about some of the differences between those words for information. And I agree. Yeah, thanks for looking up that word. I wasn't 100% on that. So appreciate looking up that the great C word. Not a word you see a lot, so I went with the own reading, whereas looks like the Kun reading was more correct. That's the fun of Japanese. There are many ways to read kanji, so the fun never stops. So, nan nano kono kiri. So what is this fog? Light said, may I ask you, did you have problems learning Japanese, like quitting sometimes and forgetting a lot? Yeah, probably both. There was about 7 years when I just didn't really study Japanese because I kind of thought I was good enough already at Japanese. I passed N2 of the JLPT and then didn't really study for about 7 years. So, I mean, you could say I already knew Japanese at that point. But then I decided I wanted to truly be bilingual, so I now, for about 7 years after that, have been reading Japanese, studying Japanese. I guess more now just reading and teaching Japanese every day for 7 years. So yeah, for 7 years I didn't study, but then I decided something clicked. Nope, I'm gonna do this every day. So yeah, pretty common. Reggie, konnichiwa. Musical memoirs. Konnichiwa. Good to see you. And then forgetting things. Yeah, that is just part of being human. I think forgetting things is pretty common. That's kind of the fun of this channel too. We're all just human. We're all just learning. We're all going to make mistakes. That's fine. In fact, it's good to make mistakes. You can learn from that. So if I make a mistake, that's good. It's a learning experience. So thanks for calling out that word. Because Japanese people, if they're reading Japanese, they make mistakes too. Reading Japanese, it's pretty hard, and it's easier to make mistakes than even reading English, because there's different ways to read kanji that's challenging even for Japanese people at times. And I'm not a native speaker, so mistakes are part of it. I am a Japanese teacher. I've passed the highest level now and won. But mistakes are just part of the journey. It's part of the fun. So not only in that. So I can't see anything. So what's going on, Shirobia? May I ask how old you are? You may ask, but yeah, I don't answer that question because I like to be shrouded in mystery. So what I normally say is I'm roughly 200 years old. The kitty, 15 years old, but the kitty has now transcended space and time because the kitty did pass away. But yeah, so roughly 200 years old for me, roughly 15 years old for the kitty, but both of our ages are now going up. Or no, maybe they're fixed. I don't know. Age is a weird thing. Space and time, it can bend.
急に霧が出てきたの。君が悪い。全速力で抜けるわよ。
So わからないわ. So I don't know. Suddenly, fog has appeared. So kiri, fog. And then we see what we learned yesterday. So kyuni, so suddenly fog appeared. So yeah, with all of our speed, we must get through this fog.
Oh, 光じゃ、霧が晴れるぞ。
Yeah, it's funny. People used to ask that question a lot more. It hasn't come up recently. But I think even back then, my answer was that I'm 200 years old. So it's been 3 years, so maybe I'd be 203 by now. No, I'm just kind of rounding, though. I think 200 years sounds about right. Part of why I don't want to say my age. Age in Japanese is kind of a weird thing. Once you say your age, there starts to be kind of like a hierarchy system of people saying senpai, kohai, things like that. I don't really want to create that. To me, we're kind of all equal here, even though I am positioned as a teacher. So I don't think we really need to talk about age. We're kind of just all party members in a journey. Age, to me, doesn't need to be part of it. Although if people want to talk about their age, by all means, go for it. So, hikarija, light. The fog has cleared. Kiri ga hareru zo. So what in the world is this place? So koko means here. Koko wa ittai. So what is going on here? Eh? Nani? Are we shipwrecked? Kyomi bukai. So very interesting. So kyomi means interest, and then bukai means deep. So like deep interest. Very interesting. Kyomi bukai. Kono fune no kokaku senshu no kozo. Okay, so like the frame of this ship, the front of the ship, the structure of it, kozo is like structure. Washi no mararu zutto mai no tsukuri. So it was built long before I was born. Wow, so a very old ship. Yeah, the fact that there's no music here does make it very kind of mysterious, doesn't it? Moshia koko ga uwasa ni kiku. So this must be some place we've heard about in rumors. Uwasa is rumor. Kamikakushi no kaiki kano. So it must be like the spirited away, kind of the sea of spiriting away, you might say. Because this is the word you see too in the title for the movie Spirited Away. It means kind of to be spirited away. Kami kakushi. So kami is God. And then kakushi is to be hidden. So kind of hidden by God, to be spirited away. Kono basho dake toki ga tomatte yoru. Ah, really? So in this place, time, toki, time, seems to be stopped. Something strange going on here. And yeah, for sure, great movie. Yeah, I think this is a thing too. You read a kanji, but your brain gets lazy, you just translate it to English. Part of the reality of Japanese is there will simply be some kanji sometimes you just don't know, and that you need to just keep reading and then just kind of guess. So you'll have a kanji here. You kind of just guess it with like 80% confidence, and then you just keep reading. And that happens even to Japanese people. People just make an assessment. It's probably read this way. You keep reading. It's just part of reading Japanese. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah.
So kyomi, interest. This is another one I'm surprised we have not learned yet. So power level has gone up though. Look at the power level, bottom right, to 2547. 強くなったね. Okida-chan, ごめんなさいね. So sorry. 海図を散々調べたけれど, so I completely looked at the sea map, but this place was not written down anywhere. So どこにも, so nowhere. 書かれていない, so not written anywhere. RK says, do you feel better than you were when you passed N1? Or have you rested on your laurels, so to speak? You know, that's a good question. I don't feel like I've rested on my laurels. However, it depends on what you mean by better. Because when you study for the test, you're kind of studying for that test. So it's kind of hard to say. Like, I've been reading like 5 years straight after I passed N1. I've been teaching Japanese during that time too, and playing games. So I mean, like, if you've followed the Japanese quest at all, you know I haven't been resting on my laurels. I've been teaching Japanese through video games for 3 years, you know, translating Japanese, reading books every day, reading 200 books. So, yeah, I've definitely gotten better in some ways, but it's hard to assess that too. I've not taken N1 again after I passed it. But yeah, I think once you get to an advanced level, it's kind of hard to see, is your level going up, down, all of that. It's kind of hard to get a feel for that. It's kind of a vague feeling. I think the main thing is just keep going. Keep going, and your level will go up. Keep going, keep reading, keep exposing yourself to Japanese. That's the key, no matter what your level is, really. And yeah, there's a word for like inlet, I think we're seeing. So, こういうわけのわからない場所. So this kind of place that we have no idea what the deal is here. は早くおさらば. So おさらば means goodbye. So we want to quickly say goodbye to this place. けれど, but 船が 乗りがっちゃって船を出せない. So it looks like our ship is grounded and we can't leave right now. Sumane, so sorry. So yeah, our ship is grounded, it looks like. Let's kind of look around, I guess. Might be some treasures here. Hey.
不思議なところ、まるで幻のようだわ。
This is a strange place. 不思議なところ. Strange place. まるで, so almost as if 幻. Almost as if it's a dream or an illusion. Yeah, this is kind of a cool word here. 幻. Maboroshi. It's almost like an illusion or dream or a phantom. This word has a number of meanings. Eh? So that seems like a name. So are you Kinai? Are you Kinai? So what do we have here? Ningyo kana? Mermaid, possibly? So Maboroshi. So again, I'm kind of surprised we don't have that word. If someone could double check that we for sure don't have that. That might be helpful. Because like both of these, Kyomi, interest, and Maboroshi, seem like words we probably could have learned, but could be. Thanks for adding it though. As always.
何よ、驚かせないでよね。それにお姉さん、人の顔を見てため息なんて失礼よ。
So yeah, don't surprise me like that. Plus, One-san, don't just look at someone's face and then like sigh in their face. That is rude. Shitsure means rude. And yeah, she must have good hairspray, being underwater. Eh. Subo-san, konnichiwa. Eh.
あなた、まさか、人魚？
Ningyo? Thank you, JP. Both were not on the list, really. And Jello says, learn that word from Sailor Moon. So yeah, good word. We can learn it from here. Dragon Quest 11 and Sailor Moon. Maboroshi. Which means phantom, vision, illusion, dream, apparition. Which is kind of like this place here. Pushimoshi. Yokozo. Japanese castaway. Welcome. And yeah, anyone else who's here? We got a new party member. Pushimoshi joining us on this island. Anyone else? If you want to follow, you can become a party member as well. Hana Fox. So we've got a... Oh, Hana Fox. Hana's a flower. So I feel it's like we've got a flower that is also a fox. So this is a fox here. You can see this fox. My beautiful fox drawing. This is my beautiful fox drawing. But there's also kind of a flower situation happening. Because it's Hana Fox. And anyone know the Japanese word for fox? So we have some new party members. Anyone else? If you want to join, you can become a party member as well. And as you join, we find a Japanese word, your power level will go up. One Japanese word, power level goes up by 1. If you're learning English, you can go up in English too. Yeah, Kitsune, fox. Let's do it. The hype is real for Japanese on Twitch. Let's learn some. I'm a Japanese teacher. That's what we do.
あら、
Ningyo.
あなたは叫ばないのね。私を捕まえようとしないし。珍しい人、機内と一緒ね。
So yeah, the last frame, I think I got so excited from people joining us that I forgot to translate it, but yeah, someone else caught it. So what we see here, ningyo. Here's the word, ningyo, mermaid or merman, because really all it is the kanji for person plus the kanji for fish. Ningyo. And so yeah, you're not yelling. So she's talking about we're not freaking out, we're not trying to capture her, because we are a rare person. Mezurashi means rare. Mezurashi hito. So you're a rare person like the person I'm looking for. Kinai to isho ne. So you're like that person.
驚かせてごめんなさい。私はロミア。機内が来てくれたのかと思って、つい飛び出してしまったの。
Okay, so this is a good sentence. Let's see if there's new words we can add. But I will take a quick break here, so I will say BRB, and when I get back, we will analyze in detail what this mermaid is talking about. But for the time being, if there's any new words, we can add that to our power level here. We can see mezurashi means rare. We've learned that already, so it turned up green. So Japanese Quest will be back. We'll take a short break here. Breaks are important when you're learning a language. And Japanese Quest will be back. Itekimasu. Tadaima. Japanese Quest is back. We're talking about Austin Powers up in here? Okay. Alright. Where were we? Oh, right, talking to a mermaid. In his mysterious Phantom Island. Sounds good to me. Sa, ikimashou. Ooh, do we got some new words too? I think power level may have gone up since we've been gone. So ningyo, mermaid, odoroku, to be surprised, sui, which means like suddenly, or can mean like just now, and then tobidasu, because she just burst out of the water. That means to burst out, to jump out, to fly out. Good words. Power level is now 2552. Look at the bottom right, power level going up now. And Fallen Sue. Welcome. So yeah, what's happening here? So sorry for surprising you. Gomennasai means sorry. And then yeah, I thought that Kinai came. So Tsui. So without even thinking about it really, tobidashite shimatta. So I just jumped out. Fallen Sue, konnichiwa. So your name, is that like the are you talking about like this character? The character for Sue? Or is there a different meaning to your name? Is it like the Tsu character has fallen on the ground? Like this kind of situation? Just curious.
はあ、びっくり。人魚って本当にいたのね。それはまあ置いといて。機内って一体誰のこと？
Never have this asked. Yeah, if there's no answer, or if you don't want to answer, that's fine. But we get deep into language here on this channel, both English, Japanese, and occasionally names. Okay, sounds good. It's part of Tsukasa, so part of a name then. So bikkuri means to be surprised. So I was surprised to see the mermaid because ningyo te hontou ni ita no ne. So there, mermaids really do exist. So setting that aside, so who in the world is Kinai? Dare? Who? So dare no koto, who are you talking about?
機内はナギムナー村に住む人間の漁師。私はこの入り江で彼を待っているの。私たち結婚の約束をしたんです。
Kekkon, marriage. So we promised to get married. Kekkon no yakusoku o shitan desu. And who is he? So Kinai wa. So as for Kinai, he is he lives in this town. Mura is a village. He lives in this village. He's a human fisherman. Ningen no ryoshi, fisherman. And so watashi wa, so as for me, kono irie de, so in this inlet, here's a good word we could add to our power level. Irie. It's like an inlet or a cove. So I've been waiting for him here. And yeah, that's a good word too. Ryoshi, fisherman. Could be another one to add. Ooh, we also added bikkuri, to be surprised. Cool, good words. Power level is rising on Japanese Quest.
結婚？人間と人魚が？そんな話聞いたことないわ。
Marriage? Between a human and a mermaid? I've never heard of such a story. So some good new words have been added. Check it out. Let's scroll down. So we have Bikuri, surprise, Ryoshi, fisherman, Irie, an inlet, cove, creek, or bay. So let's power up with all of the power of all of that. So we are now at 2555. Lots of fives. Interesting. I have not heard that. Interesting comment about that word. Yoshi. Yeah, I'm not an expert on fishing, so I'm not sure exactly some of those nuances. So interesting. Yeah, marked sensitive on G-Show. Nice comment. Yeah, power level is going up quickly. Oh, yep, different kanji for the word ningyo versus doll.
私も最初はそんな約束叶いっこないと思ってた。私たち人魚には掟があるから。
So that's right. At first, I thought there's no way that promise could come true. Yakusoku, promise. So I didn't think we could get married. So watashi tachi ningyo ni wa, so for us mer people, us mermaids, okite ga aru. So we have a rule. This could be a good word to add. Usually it's used with a kanji though, so we could add the kanji. So we have a rule. What is that rule? Let's find out.
陸に上がった人魚は再び海に戻るとき泡となり消える。
Ah.
私たち人魚は海を離れて生きられない。
So now we see the rule, and nice, we added the word for rule here. Or one way for a rule or a law. So again, the word is okite, you can see up there. So the rule is, so riku ni agatta ningyo wa, so for mermaids who go onto land, this kind of reminded me of the Little Mermaid. Futatabi umi ni modoru toki awa to nari kieru. So when they go back to the sea, they will turn into bubbles. Awa is bubbles, and disappear. Kieru, to disappear. So watashi tachi ningyo wa, so as for us mermaids, umi o hanarete, so leaving the sea, ikirarenai, we cannot live. Ooh, some good words. So land, riku, as opposed to the sea, which is umi. We can see the umi there. That we've definitely learned. If we haven't learned it, we got problems, because we've learned over 2,000 words, as you can see. We learned a lot of the more common words first. But we still see them a lot, so we have a good repetition of those words too. So indie taco. Yokoso. Japanese Questaway. Yeah, welcome. Anyone else, if you want to follow, feel free to. What we do here, we learn Japanese from Japanese games. New party members here like Indie Taco. Let's say they're holding a taco, possibly. So here's a taco. They're holding it. And there's fixings. Don't think there's not. There's yummy stuff in the taco. And now, with them, we can level up. In Japanese, we find one word, power level goes up by 1. Anyone else, if you want to follow, you can stand on the dialogue box here. If someone else wants to follow, you can become a party member. You can stand on the mermaid's head. Lots of options on Japanese Quest. But the main theme, leveling up in Japanese. Find new words, power level goes up by 1. That's what we do. We also eat tacos, virtual tacos at least. さあ、行きましょう。
でも、それを知った機内はね、私のために海底で暮らすと言ってくれたの。
So that's the rule. You can't leave the land. Even though, isn't she on the land right now? Like, what's going on? Is she technically still in the sea? I don't know. Anyway. So, demo. But, それを知った Kinai wa ne. So as for Kinai, when he found this out, when he found out about the rule, for me, watashi no tame. So tame means like for the purpose of me, 海底で暮らすと言ってくれた. So he said he would live with me at the bottom of the sea. The word for bottom of the sea? 海底. The word for living there? 暮らす. Yeah, that might be. I guess he means maybe she can't touch the ground. Yeah, maybe. But is she touching the ground now, though? I don't know. Is coral not the ground? Maybe the beach is not the ground. I don't know. Anyway.
海底王国の女王様も許してくださったわ。
The queen of the deep also gave us permission. Okay. Ooh, some good words we added here. Let's scroll down our new words up here. So, kurasu, to live. Power level is rising.
なんだか夢みたいなお話。素敵ね、ロミア。
Jade likes it. So that's almost like a dream. Yume. Dream. Yume mitai, like a dream. So your story, your hanashi, is almost like a dream. Suteki ne. That's great. It's a great story.
でも、機内が来ないの。一緒に海底王国へ行こうって、この入り江で待ち合わせをしたのに。
But Kinai has not come here. He said he'd go with me to our kingdom at the bottom of the sea, and we were supposed to wait here, but he hasn't shown up.
機内が約束を破るなんて一度もなかった。彼の身に何かあったのかも。そう考えると夜も眠れなくて。
So he's not one to break. He has not broken even one promise. So ichido mo nakatta. Not even one time has he broken a promise. How do you say break promise? Yakusoku o yaburu. To break a promise. And he's not done it even once. So I'm worried now. Has something happened to him? When I think about that, I can't even sleep.
失礼を承知でお願いがあります。機内の様子を見てきていただけませんか？私にできることなら何でもします。
So, I know it's rude, but I have a request. Can you please look after and try to find Kinai? I'll do anything.
人魚の住む海底王国か。
For the win, that's how you level up. So many G-Show tabs open to add more words to Anki. He can grab tiny air bubbles for the rest of your life. What I've learned is you need to grab the big air bubbles. The tiny air bubbles don't help you. You need the big ones. And then when you grab it, like for her, it would be like the size of her head. It would be like this big. She grabs it, and then when she does, it says this sound. Oh, ah! Have you heard that? That's how it works.
ヨミヤ、あなたの頼みを聞いてあげるから、なんとかして私たちを海底王国に連れて行ってくれない？
So I will listen to your request. If we do, can you help us get to the kingdom at the bottom of the sea? Because this is where we want to go. Kaite Okoku. Okoku is kingdom. And then Kaite, the bottom of the sea, that's where we want to go. So will you take us there?
はい、お安いご用です。あなた方の船を人魚に伝わる秘宝で海に潜れるようにして差し上げます。
So yeah, that should be easy. So your ship, fune, is ship. Ningyo ni tsutowaru hiho de. So with a treasure that's been a secret treasure. So hiho. So he is secret. Ho is treasure. Put them together. Secret treasure. So with this secret treasure passed down from mermaid to mermaid through the generations, I guess, you can dive down into the sea with your ship. That sounds good. So maybe it's kind of like One Piece where you get like coatingu. You get like a coating or something, and then you can go underwater.
海底王国に行けば海底に沈んだオーブの手がかりが得られるかもしれないわ。
Huh.
ロミアの頼みを聞いてあげましょう。
Okay, yeah, thanks for looking it up. I know it's late now, but it seems like Tsuribito is the casual hoppy fisherman, whereas Ryoshi is basically fisherman by trade. Naroro. And yeah, I do believe that's kind of a set phrase there. Sweet. So if we go there, we can maybe find out about the orb at the bottom of the ocean. So let's listen to her request. Ooh, we haven't had a question for a while on stream, so like, why don't we take it to a vote? So should we listen to her request? If so, we can say hi. If not, we can say yeah. Sometimes we vote on things in chat, just for fun, also to get repetition on how to say yes and no in Japanese. Hi for yes, ie for no. Which one will we choose? Do we want to listen to her request? Help her find Kinai, yes or no? So I see Christian says hi, 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 hi. I see 4, 5 height, 6 height. We got an ie. We got an ie. We got some height too. Okay, looks like the height will probably carry the day. Let's do height. Height, another height by Yellow Ninja. Let's do it.
ありがとうございます。機内の住んでいるナギムナー村は遥か東のホムスビ山地の海岸にあります。
Okay, thank you. So the village where he lives is far to the east. And yeah, it's on the beach, the shore of this area. Homusubi Sanchi. So this mountainous area. Sanchi, it's kind of like a mountainous area if you break it down. Mountain plus area or land. It's over there. Yeah, I wonder what would happen if we did refuse. That's why we kind of ask sometimes in chat, because you can get different dialogue that way.
迷わないよう、あなたの地図に印をつけておきました。
Huh.
どうか機内を見つけ出してくださいね。
Okay, so that you don't get lost on your map, I made a mark. Here's the word for mark. So, shirushi o tsukete okimashita. So I made a mark on your map. So let's look at our map. And yeah, so you don't get lost. So mayo is to get lost. So mayoanayo. So you don't get lost. I put a mark on your map. So please find Kinai. Okay, we will. So we got some new words too. So kurasu, to live. So he lives in that town. We'll find him. And then yaburu, to break. For example, breaking a promise. I think we saw earlier. So power level is now 2559. Look at the bottom right. Power level now going up. Yosh.
荒波のように男らしく、潮風のように爽やかで、海のようにおおらかな漁師が機内です。
So now we know what Kinai is like. He's got 3 qualities. He is manly, but not just any manly. Manly like aranami. So like rough waves. And what else? He is also sawayaka. So kind of gentle like a sea breeze. And then also he is Orakana. So like the sea, he is... And that verb, or that word I actually want to look up, because I do have a sense of it, but I want to see exactly how it's translated to. So, oraka. Can be good to look things up. So, placid, serene, calm, big-hearted, broad-minded, magnanimous. So, a few different ways to translate that word. Some good words. So, you might say placid, calm, like the sea. So, yeah, what is this GIF? What is the kanji? This is the kanji for tabi, journey. So Goku is powering up with the power of our journey. Sweet.
What does the scouter say about his power level?
Power level 2259. And we're looking for this fisherman. Ryoshi, fisherman. Yosh.
やだ、渡したら機内には言わないでくださいね。
Ah, yeah, don't tell him all that embarrassing stuff that I said about how he's so great. Oh, she is a mermaid. Oh, so she's still here. So what do you think? So we got a mermaid here. So what do you think the probability is of mermaids in real life? Like in the world? Because I mean, they could be down there really deep, right? Let's say there's two options. So you think 100% there's a mermaid somewhere in the world? Or do you think the chance is more 0%? I just feel like asking a very stupid question right now in chat. Sometimes it's fun to do that. So what do you think? Chance of mermaid in real world? Do you think 100%? Or do you think more 0%? Because there's no in between. It either is or it isn't, right? So again, we're going far east. So jealous, I think they exist, just not the half-human kind. So Takamoto says 0, but there are many fishes very deep. So our KF says 100,000,000% they exist. They are a myth like dragons. Yeah, I wonder. So 100%. Kittoiru. So it seems like most people are thinking there are mermaids out there. So this is what I think. I'm thinking we've got Earth, we've got this planet. On this planet, I'm thinking, for me, 0%, there's no mermaids. But this is what I'm thinking. The universe is so vast, some planet has got to be mermaid planet. It's just got to be, right? So I'm thinking 100% mermaids on some planet. Let's go to that planet. That's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm at on the mermaid question. Just being honest. So let's find that mermaid planet. Let's level up Japanese Quest enough so that we can develop the technology to get to that mermaid planet and teach them Japanese. That's our goal. That's our main goal now in Japanese Quest. Okay, so where are we going now? Let's talk to... Where can we find this town? Do we have a boat ready? Ah, so strange power. Our boat we can now use. Okay. Yeah, it's a possibility. That could happen once we get up to level 9,000. Yeah, there could be crazier things than mermaid. That's true too. A lot of possibilities. Hi. So fune ni notte, ride the boat, and let's embark on our journey. Sa, ikimashou. So great. So she did make the mark. We can see the mark down here. Sa. Higashi ni ikimashou. So higashi is east, so we are going east. Higashi kaigan ni aru. So the east coast. Nagimuna mura e mukao. So let's go there. Sa, ikimashou. Yeah, Blurred, that's another theory. They could be so intelligent that they simply don't want to talk to us. So, Boon Sauce, Yokoso, Japanese Castaway. We now have a new party member. And, since they joined at this time, I'm going to say they might be a giant, potentially, riding on our ship. So, welcome. Welcome to Japanese Quest. We got a giant. Ooh, they will help us in this battle too. You can see they're standing with us here, right in the middle. Don't worry, they're still here. So do you think this guy exists in real life? That's another question. Like actual Dragon Quest monsters, did they exist in real life? Maybe on some planet. Abune. Let's get a heal. We don't like to die. It's hard to come back from death in this game. No, Skoshi. These guys are pretty strong. Yosh. Kashimashita ne. Yatta. The level has risen. So, level ga 21 から22に上がった. So, level's gone up from 21 to 22, like we always say. Level up in the game, level up in real life, in Japanese. That's the goal here. Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, that's how it feels to some degree. I mean, I'm sure that not everything exists, but it's so vast. There's got to be some cool stuff out there that we can't even comprehend. Yosh. Ooh, let's check what we got. Okina Uroko. A large scale. This word, by the way, I think we did learn, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we learned that in Breath of the Wild because we found a big scale. Like a dragon scale, I think. Probably good to heal here since those guys were fairly strong. Ooh, we can see the Tree of Life there. I think that's where we're going. Yeah, you think if the universe is vast enough, there must be like a Tree of Life on some planet too. Might be good to find. Yosh. Abunai. Let's sleep this fool. Sleep Udega. Did not work. Ooh, we can run away. I always forget we can run around. Yatta! New title for a fighting... Hyakushu Ijo. So over... Yeah, defeating 100 monsters. Looks good. At the bottom you can see a Japanese word for acceleration. Kasoku. Let's try that. Yeah, you should check them out. Dragon Quest games, there are some great Dragon Quest games, and this is one of them. This is a pretty good one to start with, in my opinion. Just a very classic RPG experience if you're into that kind of thing. Just keep in mind, if you want the Japanese text, you need to get the Japanese version of this game. I used Play Asia to get the points, and then on the Switch Japan store, bought the game. Ooh, that thing's not bad. Yeah, if you've played Final Fantasy, you gotta play Dragon Quest 2, because those are the two main JRPG lines. Dragon Quest 1 kind of was the first huge JRPG in Japan. That was so big, the next year the first Final Fantasy game came out, and that's how Square and Enix both got so big and eventually combined. So really, you gotta try both if you're a fan of JRPGs, in my opinion. Yeah, unfortunately, this is one of those games that you need to get the Japanese version. It does not have both languages in the English version. Although it does have the spoken text for Japanese with a newer version of the game. But not the text. Level up. Level up. Leveling up in the game, leveling up in Japanese. Ooh, we got new people. Huh. I'll have to do those points sometime. I might do some of these points giving off of stream just because I feel like it's not super exciting as part of the quest. It's more like maintenance. So there were Japanese games I played back in 2016. My brother couldn't play it because he didn't want to read Japanese and the game wouldn't let me switch. Yeah, I've been there with that kind of thing. So I loved Ni no Kuni. Yeah, also a good game, and also a good game in Japanese. That game, I think you can change the language to Japanese and back, at least with some versions of the game. Not sure if all of them. But I think like the one that's on Steam, you can change English to Japanese, I believe. So these ships, something's going on with these ships here. What's this about? Oi! Tabi no kata. So, oi, traveler. Kono tari no umi wa kiken da. So this sea is dangerous. Yeah, we know. We're killing every monster in it. Kiotsukete susumu nado. So be careful as you advance forward. They will attack a big calamari. Yeah, maybe we need to find those guys later on. What is going on with these guys? Let's try to sleep someone. These guys look like they need a rest. Apparently not. Ooh, we have a few of these we can do. Which one should we do, I wonder? We have 3 people in the zone. Let's do the 3 people zone. Yosh. This is what happens on Japanese Quest when we're all learning Japanese together. Lots of orbs combining. What? That did nothing. Oh, I guess her magic's probably super strong though. It's funny because maybe it's like double spellage. Yeah, that must be it. Okay. Yosh. Multiplayer learning is kind of POG. What is POG? I know that's a thing I should know on Twitch, but what does that mean? Kind of missed it because of online classes, only for over a year now. Ah, yeah. It's this emote. Exciting? Ooh. If it's good, then good. POG is hype. Good. I agree. Because when you're learning together, you can kind of all hype each other. You can also kind of... It's just fun to learn kind of at the same time. You can kind of bounce off each other. All these orbs that each character has, just like we saw in that animation. You got this orb, you get this orb. It's kind of like a spirit bomb. They kind of all combine, right, into this great spirit bomb of learning Japanese. You can see it here. You can see it here. You can see it here with new party members joining. It's everywhere. It's hype for Japanese on Twitch. Let's do it. See? The level keeps rising. Power level up in Twitch language. Yeah, thank you. Exactly, Tebby. Power up. We got an emote for that. So, Mura ni orimasu ka? Would you like to get off in this village? Here's the village's name. We will say, hi. Let's do it. And by the way, Charlotte in chat. So we got a new party member, so welcome. Yokozo. Japanese Kastue. So new town. They've got a well, but it's blocked. Yosh. But we got a dragon. Subscribe. Arigato. Thank you very much for the sub. We've not got a dragon watching over us in this town. Will definitely help us. Dragon hype in the chat. I love it. Nice town. Imagine a dragon just plunging into the center of this town. But it's a friendly dragon.
ここがナギムナー村ね。ロミアに聞いた話によると、世界一の真珠が取れるって有名だそうよ。
Yes, true. Damn, aren't dragons kind of OP? No way we're losing now. Exactly, that is why when someone subscribes to Japanese Quest, it summons a dragon. Because we are now unstoppable, both in the game and with learning language, with learning Japanese here. So yeah, if someone else wants to summon a dragon, you can summon dragons for free with, what's it called? Oh, right, Amazon, that thing. Amazon Prime. And yeah, fire comes from the dragon's mouth. But that's just not any fire. That is learning Japanese hype comes out of their mouth. It's a fire that is basically like hype for Japanese. That's the situation. Let's go. Okay, so this is that town. So I've heard about it. Sekaiichi Shinju ga toreru. Ah, you can get the best pearls in the world. So Shinju is pearl. Good word. Now added to our power level, like I told you. We are unstoppable, powering up with the power of pearls here. Breath of hype, that's about right. And so Yume. So it's famous. So this town is famous for getting the best pearls in the world. 素敵. Check it. If you want to know what this word means, you can see it here and you can see it here. That's called comprehensible input.
白い砂浜、きらめく真珠と屈強な海の男たち、まさに地上の楽園ね。
まさに地上の楽園ね. So it's almost as if it's like a paradise on land. Paradise on earth. And why? We got the blue sea, we've got the white sand, we've got the sparkling pearls, we've got burly men, everything. Yeah, men of the sea. It's a paradise. Sticky ne.
ってなんだか活気がないわね。屈強な海の男たちはどこにも見当たらないし。
Izanda yokoso, Japanese festival. So he's saying, but it's not really lively. Where are all the burly seamen? I don't see any of them here. Maybe one of them just joined for Shidobiya there.
なんか訳ありみたいだな、この村は。まあいい。厄介事はごめんだ。とりあえず機内とやらを探そうぜ。
So Pog comes from sports. It means play of the game. Ah, okay. Play of the game. Pog. That makes so much more sense. I've seen it so many times. It's the kind of thing you see like 100 times, you still might not know exactly where it comes from. So Izandai says maybe if I actually worked out. Okay, so maybe you're not one of the burly seamen. So there must be some reason that everyone's kind of gone here. So let's not worry about it. So yakai goto, so difficult situations. Wa gomenda. I don't really want to deal with that. So toriaizu, for now, let's look for the person we're looking for. Kinai. O sagaso. Really, so Pog refers to Pogs, the little cardboard discs. I do know those from back in the day. Anyway, clearly there are different myths around this sound, or this Pog concept. In any case, I'm leveling up with my background and surrounding knowledge. So Chijo means on land, Shinju, pearl, Kaki, energy, liveliness, and we have another word, yakai, troublesome, burden, and that's what he does not want to get into. So let's make our power level go up to 2563 with some of these new words we're finding in the game. Power level is rising here on Japanese Quest. Anyone new? This is what we do every time on Japanese Quest. We learn Japanese from Japanese games. There may be times we don't use this new words here thing, but I'm a Japanese teacher, so in general the theme is learning Japanese from Japanese games. That's what we do. Let's go. The hype is rising. Konnichiwa. So if you're buying pearls, go into the town more. Irashai. Tabibito-san. So welcome, traveler. Ooh, some good words here. Possibly we can add some to our power level. I will take a quick break here, and then Japanese Quest will be back. Breaks are important when you're learning a language, so there are breaks sometimes on Japanese Quest, and I recommend them if you're ever studying Japanese. So ittekimasu, Japanese Quest will be back. We also run 3-minute ads because when you do that for 30 minutes at least, people get no ads when they join your stream. That's a win-win. So, ittekimasu. Tadaima, Japanese Quest is back. Let's go. So what is happening here? Any new words? So koko wa Nagimunamura. So this is the village of Nagimuna. And I think someone followed? Satarenai, yokoso. Japanese Quest, welcome. And what kind of town is it? Aoiyumi. So blue sea. To. To means and. Shinju. Pearl. Shinju ga Jiman no mura. So Jiman means like pride. So we're proud of our blue sea and our pearls. So relax. Wilco, konnichiwa, good to see you. And yeah, check out Wilco. I believe Wilco, didn't you host us before? Awesome speedruns of N64 Mario, I believe. I think you're also doing Wanikani, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of joked that you're speedrunning Wanikani as well. I don't know if you can speedrun Wanikani. So yeah, check out Wilco. Follow them. We'd like to follow and level up all Japanese streamers, so check them. Scott's mo hosto, arigato. Okay, so where are we going? Wilco says you can, but I'm doing Japanese at a moderate pace. Sounds good. So you speedrun games and you moderate pace run Japanese. Sounds good to me. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good pace, actually, Wilco. Nope. Okay, so we're looking for... So, kinai ni tsuite hanashi o kikou. And so we're asking about this person. Kinai, we're helping this mermaid. And so from the people that live here, so Jumin kara, we will ask about him. Konnichiwa. So Chikagoro, so recently, umi ni kurago. So something like a kraken, similar to a kraken. Kyodai na bakemono ika. So a great giant monster squid. So ika means squid. So sakana ya shinju ga mataku toren no desu ja. So yeah, we can't get any fish or pearls recently because of that. Yeah, like you said, this giant squid seems to be the problem. So yeah, we can't even make money. Not only that, we can't even eat. So this grammar piece here, I want to say is like N2 grammar or something. So kane o kasegu dokoro ka. So much less making money, we can't even eat. So it's like this thing is bad, this is even worse. So the men who can move went out to fight this giant squid. Taiji suru. To defeat that squid. Or to, what's the word? Maybe exterminate that squid. Minna umi ni dette shimaimashita. So they all went to the sea. That's why they're gone. Washi wa soncho desu ka? So I am the mayor. Ryoshi o intai shita mi. So yeah, I retired from fishing. Again, we see the word for retire. Intai suru. Nice, we got a new word here. So taiji suru again means extermination of pests, demons, bandits. In this case, a squid. Let's make our power level go up to 2564. Look at the bottom right. Power level now going up. So yeah, us people in the village can't do anything, so we're just waiting for them to hopefully save us. But we saw retirement too. Intai, so didn't we just see that word with the other guy, or was that a different word for retirement? Not sure. Anyway, good word. So intai to retire. So power level now 2565, look at the bottom right. Power level going up once again. With the power of retirement, you can power up from retirement. We just proved it. Dare? Eh? Kinai o sagashiteru? So you're looking for Kinai? Yes, we are. Bonjour. Konnichiwa. Hello. 珍しいこともあるもんさ。So like I guess there are rare things. Someone looking for Kinai. Kinai について詳しく知りたかったら, so if you want to know in detail, so 詳し means in detail. 教会にいる, so in church, 教会 is church. Kinai no kasan ni, so ask his mom. Okay. ただし、Kinai no kasan, 夜はとても早く寝てしまうから. So, but his mom goes to bed very early at night. So, yoru, night, totemo hayaku, very early. Hanashi o kiku nara hiruma ni. So yeah, go during the day. We better go quick before it's nighttime then. So the church, I think we see way back there, I believe. Sa, ikimashou. Anyone speak French? My French power level is low. I did my best bonjour I could possibly do. That's the limit of my French power level. Nani? Nice, so you do. I thought that you probably do. We had a lot of French people the other day because we were hosted by a French streamer. German, Polish, some French, tiny bit of Japanese. There you go. That's what you need. Just everyone can actually speak a tiny bit of Japanese, which is why I think this is a pretty good language to try to learn a bit of. Because if you know words like sushi, karaoke, sumo, those are all Japanese words, so you have some Japanese words already. Thank you. My bonjour was maxed out. I know the one I just said there was not. Eh? What do we have here? Oba-chan. Minna, kami shibai. That's what's happening. So kami is paper, and then shibai is like a play. So we're seeing a play done with paper, like a traditional kind of storytelling. Here we go.
さあみんな静かによくお聞き。今から話して聞かせるのはこの村に伝わる忌まわしい呪いのお話。
Okay, so listen carefully because this is a story that's been passed down through our village about a very creepy curse.
この世で最も美しく最も恐ろしい生き物の物語じゃ。
So it's a story about an ikimono, a being that is 最も恐ろしい、最も美しい. So very beautiful and very scary at the same time. Christian, ja, see you later. Ooh, there's, I guess, who we're talking about.
昔々この村に大変腕のいい漁師がおりました。漁師は村の誰より真珠をたくさん取りました。
So if you want to know how to start a legend in Japanese, mukashi mukashi. A long time ago, in this village, there was a great fisherman. More than any other fisherman, they would take lots of pearls. Again, shinju means pearl. So shinju o takusan torimashita. They would take lots of pearls, more than anyone could. So yep, mukashi mukashi, long, long ago.
村長さんは漁師を痛く気に入って自慢の一人娘と婚約させました。娘は漁師が大好きだったのです。
So, the village leader really liked that fisherman, and his only daughter, who we can see here, married off his daughter to the fisherman, but don't worry, because the daughter loved that fisherman. Daisuki datta.
村長さんはこれで一安心。漁師と自慢の娘が村を豊かにしてくれる、そう信じておりました。
So then the village head, he could relax. Hitoanshin. And the fisherman and his beloved daughter, together they could make the village great, bountiful, with lots of fish. This word, yutaka, means rich, bountiful, all those good things. And that is what he believed.
しかし、突然、平和な日々は消え去りました。悪魔のような大嵐が漁師を襲い、真珠と共に海に放り出されてしまったのです。
But suddenly, those peaceful days disappeared. A great storm, almost like a devil, attacked the fishermen. So Ryoshio Hosoi attacked the fishermen, and with the pearls, Shinju to tomo ni umi ni horidasarete shimatta, and were thrown into the sea. And yeah, good question. What's the plan once we hit power level 9,000? The answer is I don't fully know. But one thing we may start over. But then we may keep this list as well and add to it. And maybe go up to at least 10,000 might be nice.
Ryoshi wa 真っ暗な海に沈んでいきます。光る真珠がホタルのように見えました。漁師が死を覚悟したその時です。
So the fisherman sank into the dark sea, and the glowing pearls looked like fireflies. Hotaru no you ni miemashita. Hotaru. is fireflies. So, ryoshi ga shi o kakugo shita. So the fisherman was prepared to die. Sono toki desu. That time, something happened. And yeah, that is true. In Japanese, it was over 8,000. 8,000 ijo. So over 8,000 will be a big landmark as well. In the original.
それは美しい人魚でした。人魚は漁師の耳元でこう言いました。
Then before the fisherman appeared a beautiful mermaid. And in the fisherman's ear, she said something. We'll find out.
生きたいならば魂をくれ。
Yeah, that got dark. Interesting comment there. Just read a letter from my lawyer in my native language. Japanese seems so much easier now. Yeah, try reading some Japanese lawyer language too. That could change your perspective. So, ikitai. I want to live. So, if you want to live. Ikitai naraba, if you want to live, give me your soul. The word for soul, tamashi.
それから何日が過ぎたでしょう。村人は漁師がもう死んだものと小さなお葬式を出してやりました。
So then I wonder how many days passed. The people in the village thought the fisherman already died and had for him a small funeral. Soshiki, funeral. Soshiki o dashite yarimashita.
その時、驚くべきことが起こりました。死んだと思われていた漁師がひょっこり帰ってきたのです。
But then something amazing happened. The fisherman who everyone thought had died suddenly came back.
許嫁は大層喜んで漁師を看病してあげました。しかし。
So then his fiancée was very happy, took care of him, nursed him back to health. Shikashi. There's always a shikashi. There's always a but. Something is strange. For one thing, he's got this one strange, never blinking eye.
漁師はまるで別人のようでした。日がない一日、ぼーっと海を眺めて、俺は人魚と結婚するんだと言うばかり。
Well, that's very strange. But the fisherman was a completely different person. Marude, almost as if. Betsujin, a different person. So betsu means different. Jin means person, so Betsujin no yo deshita. So it was as if he was a different person. All day he would just be in a trance looking out to sea. And then all day he would say, I'm going to marry a mermaid. So ningyo to kekkon suru. So again, kekkon means marriage, kekkon suru to get married, and that's all he would say. So iyu is to say, and then iyu bakari. All he would do is just keep saying, I'm going to marry a mermaid, stare out to sea. Imagine if you had a friend who came back, that's all they did. Kind of weird. We've got some new words we powered up with, also some new party members. Yokozo, Japanese castaway, welcome. And new words, so konyaku, engagement. Hibi, every day. Mimimoto, close to the ear. And Soshiki, funeral. Power level is now 2569. Look at the bottom right. Power level is going up now to the power of 2569. Let's go.
ついには言い名付けを捨てて海に出るぞと暴れるようになる始末。村長さんはカンカンに怒りました。
So, ついには finally, he threw out his fiancée and went out to the sea. The village head, understandably, got very angry.
村長さんは漁師をひっ捕らえると二度と海に出られないよう船を燃やしてしまいました。
Okay, so this kid is kind of freaking out, this fisherman's freaking out, and the village head kind of is freaking out too, so he captures the fisherman, and so he can never go out to sea again, burns his boat. Fune, boat, fune o moyashite shimaimashita. You can see that in the picture there, he burned his boat. Yeah, kind of a messed up story.
こうして人魚に魂を食われた漁師は暗く寂しいシジマガ浜に閉じ込められてしまったのです。
Welcome to Japanese Quest, to Druma. Anyone else, if you want to follow, I'm a Japanese teacher. What we do here, we learn Japanese from Japanese games. And in this story, so now this fisherman who had his soul, the word for soul again we see here, tamashi, soul, his soul was eaten by the mermaid. Not the nicest mermaid around. So kuraku sabishi shijima ga hama ni tojikomorarete shimatta. So he's locked up in this this dark, desolate kind of island beach. As you can see, he's locked in.
さあ、今日はここまで。続きはまた今度じゃ。
So for today, we'll end the story there. The continuation we'll do next time. Suzuki means to continue. And some new words we saw here. Let's go to our power level up screen. What we do on this channel, we learn Japanese words. When we learn one word, power level goes up by 1. If we can make your power level go up by just 1 word a day, my dream will have come true. That's kind of a weird way to say it, but that's what I said apparently. Okay. Does this game actually have furigana, or is it added somehow? It has furigana. That's one good thing about this game. So shimatsu. That word, let's look up in the dictionary actually. Sometimes we like to do that too. Let's look at the browser cam. We saw that in the game. Here's Chisho. Shimatsu. So it can be like management, dealing with. But the way we saw it in the game was more of an end result. Or an outcome. There's an outcome of this guy kind of freaking out. Talking about mermaids all the time. He's going to marry one. And looking at the sea. So new word, Shimatsu, common word. And one word. But you can deal with things too, or manage things like, for example, spent all afternoon rooting up last year's spinach plants. If you want to say that, you can use shimatsu shimashita to deal with something. Sweet. So new word. And then also to burn. Moyasu. So let's go back to the power up screen. Look at the bottom right. Power level now going up to 2571. Bottom right, power level should be going up now. Ish.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his
Oh yeah, that could be a good word too, JP. Kamishibai. So telling a story with the paper that she used, the paper cutouts. So yeah, kami is paper, and then shibai is like a play. Yeah, this game is on the easier side, plus the furigana helps a lot. But keep in mind, you do need the Japanese version of the game to get the Japanese text. Otherwise, it just has the voice. Sweet, good word. Kami shibai, 2572. Power up. Mermaids are scary. So, kawaii is scary. But if you're saying it and you're a kid and you're just being casual, koe, ningyo koe, nigero, let's run away. And thank you to Namaste for the power up emote. Power level is going up.
Oya, 旅人さんですかい? こんな老いぼれに何かご用ですかな?
Ah, travelers. So do you have some business with this old woman?
おばあちゃん、私たち漁師の機内を探しているの。この村にいるって聞いたんだけど。
We're looking for the fisherman called Kinai. We heard he's in this village somewhere.
おやまあ、珍しいことじゃ。あんた方はあの子のお友達かい? 機内は私の息子だよ。
Ah, really? We're lucky. So, that's rare. We see the word for rare here. 珍しい。あんな方はあの子のお友達かい? Are you his friend? So he is my son. Here's the word for son. Musuko. That's convenient.
あの子なら今頃西の海ですじゃ。この村を襲った化け物イカ退治に村の男衆と船を出しております。
Ah, so if you're looking for him, he's out to the west because he joined the men of the village who are going after this squid. And we now have a harvest farmer that could come in handy if we ever play a farming game again, like we played before Stardew Valley. Good party member for that day, so welcome. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. Syntek, yokoso. Japanese customer, welcome. Yeah, anyone else who joins? You can see the party members here. We are powering up in Japanese. What happens? You follow Japanese quest, magically things start to happen. Your power level starts to just automatically go up. It's kind of weird. But it tends to happen. You find a new word like this, for example. Pan, bread. Panya, bakery. Your power level by it has gone up by 3. The word for bread, pan, the word for ya. Store, they put it together. Panya, bakery. Weird things happen on Japanese quest. Let's go.
あんた方、機内に用があるのなら、化け物イカを倒す手伝いをしてくだされ。奴が沈まれば、村の男衆も戻るじゃろ。
Okay, so if you have business with him, why don't you help him defeat the squid? So if the squid is defeated, the men should come back. So keyword, the thing we gotta do. Ika o taus. We gotta defeat this squid, but not just any squid. Bakemono Ika. It's a monster squid. Bakemono means monster. Ika means squid, and taus means to defeat. That's what we're gonna do. And good new word here too. Tetsudai, to help. We can help him do that. We see that word here. Tetsudai o suru. But be careful.
海で最も恐れるべきものは人々を惑わす人魚ですからの。
But the most scary thing in the sea are mermaids that can kind of bewitch humans. Ningyo-sa, ningyo, mermaid. And what do they do to people? Hitobito o madowasu. They can confuse people, they can bewitch people. So one person is hito, two people, or multiple people, hitobito. Just repeat it. That second character you see there just means the kanji is repeated. Hitobito. So we have hito, and we have hitobito. You could write it the same way, just like this. Hitobito. Same thing, just here you have the repetition mark. Yosh. So some good new words. We're leveling up as we go. Party members are adding new words, which is awesome to see. So shizumaru, to quiet down. Hitobito, people. And madowasu, to perplex, to puzzle. That's what mermaids might do to us if we're not careful. Sweet, good words. Power level now 2576. The power level today has gone up quite a bit. Yosh. Who's this friend? Fufufu. Tsugi wa hanashite asabou kane. So talk to me and we can play. I actually think I don't really want to talk to this guy that much. They just give us passwords. The keyword being password. Kono this ai kotoba. This password, I'll give you a password. This was not in the original game. It's in kind of the advanced version of the game, but we've not been doing it so much. We did the first one, but it's all in the 2D world, which is not voiced and does not have furigana, so it's not so much what we're going to emphasize on Japanese Quest. Sometimes you'll come up with a lot of Japanese text in games. Some of it is skippable. You've got to choose your battles when you're playing Japanese games. Yeah, Kali and Kanji, good suggestions of other words that you can have that repeating symbol. My favorite kanji. Yeah, it's an interesting kanji because it's 3 women combined. Although the meaning is a little strange considering the kanji. Let's see. Let's find the hotel because I think we need to heal a little bit, or at least we need mana. This, I believe, is the hotel here. Nope, that's the weapon store. So I feel like we have some new people in chat. We always like to ask the question, how are people studying Japanese these days? What applications are you using? What websites are you using? What books? What is your go-to Japanese method right now? People can maybe be inspired reading your comment. People on YouTube later can find this video, read your comment, maybe inspire someone to start learning Japanese. So how are you learning Japanese right now? Texan has a good suggestion. Procrastination. I recommend when you're doing that, find a more fun way to study. When you're procrastinating, the more difficult way maybe. So how are you studying Japanese these days? That's the question. For me, it's mostly I read Japanese every day. So for JP, Anki cards, textbooks, your channel, Tandem app. Cool. Besides Harvest Moon, reading shoujo manga. Good one. Shoujo manga often is very slice of life, so very common Japanese. Syntech, studying off and on 10 years. Recently started new words in dictionaries, looking up new words, like Weblio. Cool. I like the app Kanji Study. Yeah, that's a great app. This channel, YouTube, manga. Nice. Nagisa, I'm not, and yeah, that's fine. That's why we're kind of just chilling, talking about it. You never know. You might find something that catches your eye. Reading a lot for vocab. Dictionary of Japanese grammar, yeah, very good. Talked about that earlier. Also remembering the kanji for kanji, nice. Started rereading Yotsuba, great manga. So you are now my fan. Oh, favorite now, nice. So Agathorn is enjoying Kali and kanji, good to see. So Han Fire. Yokozo, welcome. Yeah, the most important is to do it daily, 15 minutes a day. Very much true. Yeah, the key is find a way that works for you. Find a content that you enjoy. And then do it every day. That's really all it is. Keep it fun. Keep it light. Find fun stuff to read. Find a fun way to learn. Or at least a way that works for you. And then do it every day. That's the key. And I think I want to go back to church, just see if we can save. So Ouija says Japanese quest, manga, formal book study with Japanese for young people. Nice. And yeah, again, Kali and Kanji got a good shout out, so check them out, click on their name, follow them. Someone said their channel is their favorite way to learn Japanese right now, so click on them because they are learning Japanese on Twitch too, much like we do here. Except more from the learner's perspective, which sometimes can be better. Depending on what you're looking for. My hope is here we can get a bit of both. We got learners, teachers in chat. I'm of course a teacher, but also a learner. And seeing some more good suggestions in chat too. Yeah, Tebby, I've had that same experience. Sometime with friends. Sometimes getting excited, but then getting frustrated. Oh, nice. Been learning one kanji a day. Or if I had been doing one kanji a day, I would have learned all the Joyo kanji by now. Yeah, that's why really it is the key, doing it every day. As an English native speaker, how do you suggest trying to look up Japanese etymology? Good question. I usually look it up in Japanese by searching like the word for etymology in Japanese, or like the origin of a word, which is gogen, which is like the origin of a word. There's actually a website too called like Gogen. It's all in Japanese, of course, but it helps tell you the origin of different words. But otherwise, you could just Google Japanese etymology with a word. You might find something with like Stack Exchange or something. Google is your friend for that kind of question. So let's pray so we can save our game here. Hi. Yosh. Yeah, thanks for asking. Good to ask questions. Good to answer questions. That's what we do here. Ningyo no Noroi no Kamishibai wa ne. So as for that play we watched with the paper, Kono mura no hito wa minna shiteru ohanashi. So everyone in this town knows that story. So to know something, shiteru. And then the story, ohanashi. This long passage over here, I'm wondering what that is. Ouija says I would like to play the console version of Clanad and cross-channel. Nice. Yeah, that's the other question we often ask. What is your favorite Japanese game that you've played recently? Or what game do you want to play in Japanese? Because that's kind of the other key. If you want to expose yourself to Japanese every day, find a game you like, find a manga you like, find a book, a light novel you might like. So what's everyone playing these days? I'm curious. Yeah, Wilco, that's a good comment there too. Kunoichi comes from Ku no Ichi. Kogaon, welcome. Steins Gate, someone wants to play. Final Fantasy XIV. Good suggestions. I want to play Danganronpa. Good one. Ooh, this game I don't know. Junjo Romantica in Japanese. Or Final Fantasy. Cool. We got a good view from up here, it looks like. Still playing Super Mario RPG, someone says. Cool. That could be a good game. Ooh, we've got a cannon. Taiho no oto wa yoi no. The sound of the cannon is nice, isn't it? So Taiho, cannon. Oto means sound. So the cannon sound is nice. My main goal nowadays would be more about reading manga that aren't translated. Cool. So doing Final Fantasy VII, sometimes Breath of the Wild, a lot of good games. Dark Souls. Nanika goyo desu ka? Do you have something to talk to me about, traveler? So we told them about the defeating the squid. Maybe this cannon can help. So Taiji again means extermination. So Ika Taiji defeating this squid. Oh. Bakemono Ika no Kuragon Taiji ni iku ka? Naraba. Taiho ichimon motte iku kai? So do you have a cannon? Yeah, they're scared of the sound of cannons. Tadashi jouken ga aru. But there is a condition. Taiho wa nakanatta otto ga nokoshita nakatami de. So my husband, something from him that he left, my husband left a memento. Yeah, so this is a very important thing. Will you promise that you'll treat it well? I think we can say yeah. Yakusoku promise we will treat it well. Yakusoku suru. Umu. Nantomo kimochi no ii enji da. So yeah, good reply. So yeah, we will give you my canon collection. The best thing. Yatta! We actually got a cannon. Wow. That could come in handy. Taiho o te ni ireta. I was totally going to skip this area too. That's lucky. Chinamini, so by the way, washi no taiho wa, so as for my cannon, subete kuhoja. So they are all empty? So yeah, I'm against actually firing cannons. It's more about the sound. Yeah, don't worry, it will still work on the monster, on the squid. So be at ease, anshin nasai. So washi no taiho wa. So again, as for my cannon, welcome to Bud. Not going to say the whole name for personal reasons, but yokoso. Japanese cutaway, welcome. So the cannon is heavy and big, so yeah, it might be hard to carry. So I will send it to your ship, fune. Ship, fune ni toroku. We will send it to your ship. So yeah, welcome to Budhole. Had to say it, couldn't get around it. Anyone else who wants to follow and become a party member, you can join too, and you too can power up in Japanese. That's kind of what we do. And speaking of that, just talking to this person, we've leveled up quite a bit with some new words. So, nokosu, to leave behind, like her husband left behind this cannon. And kiku, to be effective on the squid. Like this cannon is effective even if it's just the sound. So good words here. Kiku, to be effective. Nokosu, to leave behind. Power level is now 2578. Tsuyoku natta ne. Nani kore? Always gotta break barrels. Mamori no tane. So I believe that was like a defense seed. We should probably use that. Let's go to Dogu, which means tools. And let's go to our Dogu Bukuro, which means our tool bag. And finally, Mamori no tane. I think the main character we probably want to use it on. Let's make our defense go up. Whoosh. So Bud says, I got your stream on my Twitch recommended. Happened to be studying Japanese. Nice. Yeah, welcome. I'm a Japanese teacher. This is simply a space for people like you to relax, talk to other learners, talk to other teachers, and if you got Japanese questions, ask, and just to kind of chill. Have a fun place to talk about Japanese and to learn some Japanese in context from the game. And some people even watching this channel have started their own stream, learning Japanese on Twitch too. So check them out too. Anyone else streaming Japanese learning on your channel, you can post in chat. People can follow you too. We can all level up. Level up on Twitch, level up in Japanese. Level up in the game. Win, win, win. Yep, so welcome, Bud. That's what we do. Yep, I'm a classroom teacher of Japanese, licensed Japanese teacher in the US. Also, I've taught and translated Japanese to English. But really, I thought it'd be more fun in a way to teach Japanese through games. So that's why that's the way we do it here. Let's see who's down here. Ooh, yeah, you learned the word for bud last night on Kelly and Kanji's stream. Nice, the word for bud. Me. We've learned that here too before. Good word. Konnichiwa. Do you think watching Shrek is a good way to learn? Depends on what you mean by that. Just watching Shrek in your native language, like English, probably not. Watching it in Japanese with like Japanese subtitles, yeah, could be good. Pretty much anything you're into watching that has Japanese could be something good that you could learn something from. Umi ni wa ne. So in the sea, ningyo. There are mermaids. A monster called mermaids. And they sing really well. Jouzu na uta o utatte ne. Hito o nemurasete tabechao. So they put people to sleep and they eat them. Taberu, to eat. Yeah, I get to see people learning on other channels too. So yeah, check out Callie and Kanji. Check out Japanese Quest. I guess you're already doing that if you're here. But yeah. Anyone else here who also learns Japanese on their stream, you can post and we can shout out your channel too. Yeah, Wasef isn't here, but I like his channel. Yeah, good channel. Also, Unboxious is not here, but Unboxious is learning Japanese through Pokemon Shield and Sword, I believe. So cool channel with Unboxious too is here sometimes. So yeah, of course, Game Gengo is another Japanese teacher, so check out Game Gengo as well. Quite a few helpful channels these days. Butsu Butsu. Sengetsu, so last month. Kekkon shita bakari nano ni, so even though I got married last month, Otto wa, my husband, has gone out to take down this squid somewhere. Dakara Otto no buji o inotteru. So I'm praying that my husband comes back safely. Few keywords: husband, Otto, buji, safe, and then inoru, to pray. Umi no kami-sama, onegai desu. So please, God of the seas, douka, Otto ga buji ni kaete kimasu yoni. So please help my husband come back safely. So butsu butsu can be like a grumbling sound or a complaint. And yeah, you can see that's what they're saying here. They're kind of grumbling. They're worried about what might happen. So yeah, I think this might be a good place to end our stream today. We got a good view here. And next time we'll be going out on the ocean to find this squid. So I will say, ja! Mata ne, Japanese Quest will continue. But first, let me link. Ooh, SNK, welcome. Anyone else, follow if you want to. You can join us next time, same time, tomorrow. And in chat, check it out. Ooh, another new party member. So yeah, join if you're into this kind of thing. We learn Japanese from Japanese games. I'm a Japanese teacher. We got other Japanese teachers here too. So yes, learning Japanese right now. Just discovered your channel. Ja, matane, see you later. So check out to the Discord, link down in chat. Click on the Discord because there people talk about learning Japanese from games. They talk about learning resources. If you teach Japanese yourself on Twitch, you can link your channel there somewhere. So check out our Twitter as well. Twitter also has a great community for learning Japanese because pretty much every Japanese person seems to have a Twitter. So check out the Japanese Quest Twitter. So ja, matane. Let's see who we will host today. We like to host Japanese teachers and learners. So who will we have today? Ooh, check it out. Yasef. We just talked about Wasef. They are currently studying Japanese through Yakuza 0. So today, let's host Wasef. Let's raid Wasef here. Let's start that raid. Here we go. So join the raid. We will talk to Wasef, see how they are learning Japanese right now. We can ask how well Yakuza 0 is working. So ja, matane, Japanese Quest will continue.